Good evening, guys. Welcome back. Today, I decided that I'm going to bring my structure in my videos. So, I'm going to tell you what you need to expect. Well, the first thing is that I'm going to do my intro. Then, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the announcement. I might do that also at the end, but in the middle, it will be first languages, then biases, and then I'm going to talk about the programming. So, now you know. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on the video if you wanna make me see me making 600 a day within 7 years. So let's get into it. I will put it on the screen. So today was a really rough day because my neighbors or the guys that surface to do renovating decided to start at 10 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m. just drilling the garden. It was absolutely terrible, and I had barely any concentration. But just so you know, I did it anyways. So even when things go slow, things do not go your way, you can still do that. Now, I was thinking maybe I should go into a solution. Maybe I should think about going to a library or something. But I figured that I'm going to stay home because I don't even own a laptop anymore. Um, Laptops are deprecating fast. They are a liability for most of the cases. Laptop would make sense if you use a laptop for work, but I don't see any other niche cases for me personally. It's not that I'm going to travel between homes or something like that. I'm very stable um, in that part. So now you know the announcement. Let's get into the languages. So the Korean languages, the first sentence, could you say that again? 한 번 더 말씀해 주세요. Which means, could you say that again? Also is what's going on, which means 무슨 일이 있어요? Oh, I said it wrong. 무슨 일이 있어요? So, if you notice, I have a bit of a struggle when talking fast when it comes to the real sound. So the real sound is not that difficult, but since I also have another sound that I'm using for the R and the lil is pretty close, sometimes when I talk fast, I use the other one. So when you actually say real, you have to say it like a wave, like real. So sometimes I need to get used to that when things get more complex. This was a pretty simple sentence, but sometimes I do not say it well. But I'm happy that my Korean partners are helping me with this. Next up, Japanese. What kind of work do you do? どの仕事をしていますか? Which means what kind of work do you do? And I am an office worker. 私は会社員です. Which means I'm an office worker. Also, a quick update about the Japanese partner. I found some new partners, but I haven't found one that actually actively helped me practicing Japanese sentences yet. Or I would say, like, actually meeting me, just like I have Korean partners that I have some meetings with, maybe weekly or bi weekly. So we are currently looking, not actively looking for that. First, I try to persuade them to, that we are a match, like as a language peer, and then hopefully I can pull that trigger to get a language partner again for Japanese. It is actually strange that I need to say this because it's usually harder to find a Korean language partner than actually a Japanese language partner because Japanese people are almost everywhere. So it's pretty interesting. Sometimes you have a belief or an idea, but it doesn't go that way. But it doesn't mean it doesn't hold me back. I will just still go for my goal nonetheless. So, um, yeah. So now about the katakana. Today we did the N syllables. Yeah, the N syllables. It wasn't too hard, but yeah, yesterday when it came to the S and the T syllables, there were some characters that were very similar that needed some practice. But overall, I'm doing pretty okay for that. So that was it for the Japanese and Koreans, meaning the languages. The next up is the mother of God's biases, which is confirmation bias. So confirmation bias goes into beliefs, theories we have, conclusions we take in everyday life. This one is a pretty hard one to understand, not in like an on surface, but more in depth. I am very familiar and comfortable with the confirmation bias. I always look to the edge cases, but that is really hard because you can get demotivated when you look edge cases. So, for example, I am learning currently 100 sentences in Korean and Japanese, but actually, that is not an optimal stopping point. At some point, you can argue like these sentences won't help you going far anymore. It is time to go in deep with the course. And I kind of agree with that belief because my first belief was I just do 100 sentences a day. But my second belief was no, because that is a discomforting belief, what I'm talking about. Like, no, there's an optimal stopping to that. But I decided to still, just for the goal itself, to go for 100 sentences Korean and Japanese. But if I have to do some kind of challenge in the future, I probably will not do 100. I don't think it's necessary. I think when you are doing 30, 40, that is already enough to go deeper into speaking, listening, reading, and those kinds of stuff with languages. Um, so, like I said, when it comes to biases, I also want to give a good and bad example. Well, and a good example, um, when I was going to university, um, I hated university. I hated all my time there. Just wanted to go and quit, but yeah, so that didn't happen, obviously. So uh, yeah, I just want to say one thing that I learned. I had a belief that I could not work certain past hours. Well, that has been disproven because I could do 14 hours work days. And that's why I'm very comfortable with doing minimal hours and slowly grow into it rather than going all in because I know I can do it anyways. But that is pretty hard lesson at university because I hated all the time. Was it worth to learn this theory, to learn this belief that I have that I couldn't do? No, I could have done this the other way. So that is something for me. And another one is that I saw online. There is this guy that calls. I'm not sure if he calls himself ugly, but there's this guy that had like 3,000 swipes or something with Tinder. I'm not sure what it was, but basically he was like, "I'm never gonna get a girlfriend." He had a strong belief, and you're never gonna find it. But he held on to the one disconcerting belief, like, "Hey, there might be someone," and he got someone. He actually got a pretty pretty girlfriend. So I'm really proud of that guy. I will show it on the screen. You can check out this video. I'm referencing him. I'm not affiliated or I don't know him, but it's related to my confirmation bias. So yeah. So a bad example of confirmation bias is actually to put your feet down. Do not look left. Do not look right. This is my belief, and I'm not going to change it. You see this a lot also in uh, dating, right? For example, back in the day when I was like 16 or 17, I was like, these pretty girls are petty, they're sassy. I don't like that. I like a stable girlfriend. So I decided to go for a, girl that did not, how should I say this was, a girl that was ugly for many people, but I didn't find her ugly. So I find this kind of girlfriend, but she also gave me attitude. So yeah, that was not for me, and that was a hard lesson learned. I had this belief and it didn't work out. All right, so I already see that I'm at 10 minutes in, so let me close this with the programming languages. So today we finished up the TypeScript lessons, and also we did the optimal stopping with React lessons. So now we only gonna do the exercises, but we're going to do this in one chunk. This means that TypeScript and React will be one chunk of practice. And now we're going into the next step, and that next step is actually doing a professional project done by someone else. Many people argue against like tutorial hell and those kinds of stuff, but sometimes you actually need to follow a full tutorial and reverse engineer like what is happening, why did he do it this way, blah 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 blah. So that's my use of a tutorial, using a tutorial. Please, if you're still listening to this, I probably don't think you're still listening to this, right? But if you do listen to this, let me tell you something. Don't get biased at people beliefs and those kinds of something like tutorial hell is scary. Oh, like it's good for awareness, but you need other people. You need to stand on the shoulders of giants to have success. That is one of the parts. Very few people did not have to do that before they achieved the success that I wanted. So let me close off with that, right? So that is it for the programming languages. I have no further announcement. Hopefully tomorrow will be quiet with the neighbors and I can focus on more. Maybe not, but we'll see. So this video was pretty long, so I'm gonna check how I'm going to make this shorter. Like talking fast doesn't help a lot, so I have to be more concise maybe with the, well, it doesn't matter for this video. Thank you so much guys for today. Make sure to subscribe, like and comment if you want to see me making 600 a day within 7 years. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.